for me do bibia say amo bibia kwaba e dey about the Punch TV so message so be share video e dey ama me ama foforo so enye bia share and any day di kan ya hwe video am show me a subscribe button so na me dey bia me ka e ho ne hia me ye pa umi aso na subscribe ya anytime bia be upload video no obenya notification na onso watimi akwa akohwe bi e dey ama me no hu ne ekoso e wo oman Ghana mu hanim sem ye dey ensem no ne e circulate wo media ne ho aso ene de ba besom se de dan da me kan wo ye hwan na wasem ba ye befa ne yaka na emom ye nyi bi mfim ye mfa bi enka ho mesro se afi nsusu like video yi fama me afi na wo comment no adwenkyere no we je comment section honom e de ama me metimi akenkan e de ama media ne de akire broni.
For this is the moment of truth where we serve you with the truth and only the truth, nothing but the truth. And we are talking about the man on the screen, Alhaji Mahmudu Bawumia. We are talking about him because in Prempria Yeka say onone omampenyi abedi echire omeyi abanya wotia konwa so baasu ku a abanya te se omonhwe omeyi sikasem nyina so no ono na ye baasu ku ne titireni eniti Ghana sem sikasem ye ku twi ba brema nyina no upese ohumu nchiremu apapai na betimi akire mu Alhaji Bawumia na potoka sem ye can say he's the chairman of the economic management team. Say impodie otu franka ma MPP amanyoku a onam ebon to ase mon first year ne mame o kan sem bebre obi aso nye ni stia obi anye ni stia mfiri ni sem oni license impo ni amanistia because on the driver nyina no ye de car ye Ghana share wonsa no omode yafa kwan bone so amaka na konya accident a e de ahokyere ni abenedie ababeto yen so enso de bia osori ose mon first year ne maye na minim say wa wo hwe me no woni me be ya adwen say se yebetumi di stia na ma wura Bawumia ade ba ko pa e wo se ye gina so na yesusu dua ye de be so no wahwe na yetimi ahu se yebetumi anya ne mugidie no ne nokre ka se ne sitie esan say onipa bi a won ka nokre you cannot trust the person. You see, Abatoc ye ba betui. It's not just about promises, boshe. Eno de yatia bre. Enye hwan na betumi de adwen wanwaso foforo bi aba, even though that is important. Enye de odwa nanum se maye we da bi. De hia titiru pa ne se nipa kura wo kasa ansem no, o hye wo sa abo no, o kasa big ideas and policies no. Ni sudden the bind to say what is his track record? Now so na dwuma wa ye ni nyuma wo ye ne nsem kaye ne de oye fa ne nsem kaye ho no ebetumi amaye nya ne mugidie de o ma ya hye ne sa na. Trustworthiness is what we are talking about, because if I can't trust you, then I can't give you my vote. It's as simple as that. So which of these two leaders, John Mahama, Alhaji Bawumia, leading the two Remeruni de Krompu Cheme, maybe the answer may ensem no pensem mu na mama wadanse e mrebia metubi aso mechiresi na mama obiadi na wankasa wo de akwa adwendwen mu na wankasa wasi agina ya ebeboa wankasa wabrabo wo ma wabusua ene wo dache. Next is based on integrity. Pape oye obi a wabempa nkansah sem ko Canada memu a they celebrating Ajidin people all across the world read his writings. Waka sendi ehun hia was a Ghana for your twe adwensi so. O say glue a ka ye first akandifo leaders any on manfo bomu no e glue ba akopɛ e gidie trust na say gidie no ne fapem ene no kreka integrity. If you don't have integrity, you cannot be trusted. And fa won say nipa ne be promise o say to abama me o to abama me a me do be kwa bruchiri mema $1 million maybe adwuma emfa ho ne de nipa ne beka se nipa kro no ye obi a onya no kwafo a his words means very little. Now you see ene yentumi nkansah ne nyina entima fa nsem no ne fa bi part 1 pe. And under this part 1 me twe wadwe si in kontompo akese edu 10 lies that Alhaji Bawumia has peddled. And I will give you the evidence for you to know that indeed this man is a liar. When we call him a liar, we are not insulting him, we are not attacking him, because that is who he is, that is his nature, that is his name, that is his title, and that is the only name you can call him. And until the 2020 MPP4 call Cape Coast. Omo ko launche omo manifesto. Bosha hodwa no mo woma Ghana for. It was just like this time 2024 year near Kwakotuaba, because 2020 was an election year. Why am I starting with this? Because this was a promise and asemo Bawumia kaye in the run up to the 2020 elections. And to bet me the atoto and somewhere newoka in the run up to the 2024 elections. Or say and yes omu besi habo for frama Cape Coast for Debbie. Or say omu si we are building a new harbor for the people of Cape Coast. Bawumia nkansah asem no e ho adanse ni hwewe mame.
Good news for you. We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast. People of Cape Coast, I have good news for you. We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast.
Now, producer, I want you to play the video again. And why we heard it? Say, good people of Cape Coast. Now we will build, or say we are building. Tape in my
Cape Coast, I have good news for you. We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast. It is people of Cape Coast, I have good news for you. We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast.
That is it. Kalkum yetinu kwenu. Bible say wenu wansem ne de bebu awfo na de bebu awbem. O say we are building. Enti enne wa wo hwe me no. Including MPP for amohwe me a e bi kura mu didi matemi. Ye bisa mo say habo na na Bawumia say they are building o si no away. Because ono ankasa ne boss o mampanyi Akufuado yeto abane ma wo mu wie pe no wakọ radio so akọka se ono onka ni baabia se obesi ana wo si habo ama Cape Coast for shani so o mampanyi Akufuado not some agency, not NDC. O say Bawumia your trustful because ono your mampanyi no onka ni baabia da se o si habo e wo Cape Coast ana wo besi eno ho adanse ni hwema me.
As far as the harbor, we have to be very clear in our mind. We never committed ourselves. I never said I was going to build a harbor in Cape Coast. I said I was going to build a landing site, like what I've done in these other 6 other places in the central region. Cape Coast also will have its own landing site, and the construction of that will begin next year. The airport.
Yes.
The airport.
You see, MPP for free say Ghana for we have short memories. So o matwa nkontompo 2016 age to me 2020 o matwa nkontompo sa 2024 aba and o masan so den sem de ba no moto Ghana for mrade and e bi no mo boje Bawumia so. But this is the man we are talking about. Who say you are building a harbor at the time wa Bawumia kasa no there was no place in Cape Coast ani isi harbor. Baby akra ni wa na ya do na kampese ya to 1 block busi isi harbor, not even 1 block. Yet utimi jina TV cameras and twatro we are building a harbor. Then 1 year down the line Akufuado say me share bobi asa. We never, the commitment was never to build a harbor but a landing site and a harbor ebe. So who say MPP for so here When we say na Bawumia, the Suban City. And at the time this happened, we say say we are some we see here, and Ghana, various media organizations, a report to here. So one tia maybe a wide range Amazon. And let me play to you a news report that Joy News did on this. Cape Coast for nkansah, ekasa about nada papeyo dasui. Alaji Bawumia or the dada omo. Play that video for me.
I don't understand the apology. What he's saying, I don't understand it. Is he apologizing that he lied on Eagle FM, or is apologizing that he's no longer going to build a harbor for us? You see, and what we have at Elimina is not a harbor that he promised Cape Coast. What Nando has done, Nando has told people of Cape Coast that we should all start crying. He has told that Cape Coast, our father has died, our mother has died. So what we have Cape Coast now is funeral. So from tomorrow, we Cape Coasters, we are going to put on black. We are going to mourn Nanado. We are going to put on black because he has deceived us. And we are demanding, we the youth of Cape Coast, we are demanding our harbor and the airport that he promised because it is in his manifesto. The moment pyramids acquired Bawumia, next time no can Bawumia, you want a cassette war. Well, there you go. Or be there, or the Megafo, or your harbor, no on your airport, no, then ye, and a President nkansah, the Nadu, and Nancy Obela, now Bakacha, my neighbors plane airport dam, and no one could be see harbor man. I'm a bit to teach men, when you do chat, when you do, and
it was for our hope. Mr. Crafton, that is how depraved our country has become. That today we have in a very high office, at the very top, a man occupying the very high position of vice president. Nipa no krese eninenum. Yenim boni no kredi aye Alaji Bawumia. No krenam left, no far right. No krenam ha, no far say. How can you lie to people like this? How? Now, odi habo no kra na wo dada wo mo. Enka airport now di twa because he said we are building a new harbor and airport. It airport no put the kese. And I mean okay say uko Cape Coast harbor nail airport wa hwe nothing has been done. Say same podi omunya atumi wie no. Omanpanyin Akufo Addo say wakoda adwen when we say Cape Coast for kra mon sem fata airport. Oh yes, waka. E bia na unte. Waji 2 million based on Bosha what the Asha was say Messi harbor awensi or say Misi airport and no what the Akawonya no humpo also wadwen when we said maybe won't share in here sana and crying Cape Coast here ya 1 hour 30 minutes and crying Cape Coast 1 hour 30 minutes what the hell one dance any.
This morning, people feel strongly that looking at our potential in tourism, we need to put up an airport.
This is a place which is about 1.5 hours from the capital, which is the major international airport. There's an airport in Takrady. Well, the studies are ongoing.
Go ahead. You don't see the need of an airport.
I'm not going to say the need. These things, they're not the response of a government should not just be people say we need an airport. The response of a government should be the matter has been thoroughly examined and the need has been established. And that is the process that the Ministry of Aviation is going through. Is doing the same with Koforidua from the region from which I come, which is also another regional location which is very near Accra, another an hour and a half, to be able to decide for ourselves whether in fact the need for the airport can be justified when you have Accra, you have Kumasi, you have Tamale, you have Takrady, whether on the coast with Accra's presence there's a need for an additional airport.
Okay. Let me just bring up this question, if you don't mind, because this is the first time I'm at.
We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast. It is very critical that we do that. An airport makes a lot of sense in Cape Coast. It's a real tourist hub, and between Greater Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast, you have a triangle that really is a lot of hub of economic activity. You can build railway lines between them, and it's a major growth pole if we put an airport here to drive infrastructure growth.
I can't help myself but laugh. Video ID can boy any Omampenye Kufuado. Wako if mountain, wako tena radio so. I was say, habo ne de hold the crowd, or ne de also one share sabono, Bawumia ne kudi ne tro. Airport also. I say, oh, Omampenye Kufuado eni so onhoroso. So what chifa ne bossa again, they say airport won here ma Cape Coast na. O say oh me nkansah ba ye ntimi nsore nkasa ye kusi airport sa akwa. E wo say ye hwehwemu hu say airport so no e be here because enkran wo he ya Takoradi wo he ya wo nyina wo airport Cape Coast hemfinfinti Cape Coast there. Afi wo say ye examination here. Enti Alhaji Bawumia anya examination no. San hwehwemu e wo say nka Alhaji Omampenye Kufuado say wo say wo ye ansa na waka say wo be si airport wo Cape Coast no. Ade no ma nyansa ansa no mode sa aboshe ne ba abeji tumi afi o manya tumi awie no so aboa no fidie ne chie na fidie chi na ne sunku agya no so ade sunku se se die o se o yekoye nhwemu se wo hia anso tie Bawumia o so wo hia pa ye hia airport e wo Cape Coast because Cape Coast wa Takoradi wa ha enkran wa a triangle no wa ye nsase tie ye kora bit my railway lines. You see this man, he talks big, but he also lies big. He is nothing but a braggadocious talkative. Oyobi ananwe de. Say yemfa doko sempa under the nipano or your expect. And that is what you have seen. By memory. Number 2, the Chrese Bawumia on Kanokre and we can't trust him. For Cape Coast for airports and harbor fiasco netonchen. Now here we. Or say in 18 months of an MPP government, no community in Ghana will have a water or toilet problem. Bawumia nekaye 2016. Ujina simpieso. Se Ghana for mon tuaba maye. Na mo tuaba maya. Boso me dung mo twechi. Ensio hawe wo Ghana nyina no ebe solve. Ni ama Ghana fo nyina ensutano. Ejanan bia ya ne problems e wo ha nyina so yebe solve. Na se bi obia so enya bi. Bawumia nekaye. This was not even in the MPP's 2016 manifesto. Ne ni omo manifesto mo. Nti untumi nka say it's a failed manifesto promise. Na party bia no eto de bia enye omo manifesto promises nyina no mutimi di so. This was not a manifesto promise. But because of your trofo nti no gina platforms so na it is entro no eba from left right center. Even what is not in their manifesto he will lie about. This is the evidence. Video ne mame.
There should be no village or community in Ghana after the first 2 years that would have a water problem or a toilet problem.
No. Tearful video now can in 18 months no community will have a water or toilet problem. Nti wa wo hweme no bisa ho kanokre kire won say enne Ghana 18 months na twam won fie nwotwe ni 8 years. They are in their 8th year. Water and toilet problem, you solve where we are now. How can any politician even make such a promise? It is only a liar. Or no, everything is about power. So be ditro aji to me kura won fa ho. Number 3. 2016. Oba yanim se Ghana for yan to abama MPP. No metena konwa so no. O ka asem bia na ede pa. Se bi asem we uko nwuram. Eko kachira boa moti akra obedi wachi afiri nwuram abafie. Asem wa na asichire wom, asem wa na ewo wom. Ede. Or say we don't have to borrow for roads. All we need to do is to toll Bawumia about 10 hours. Ye hiansa akwan na yaye no yemfa road tolls insisi so ye jijisika na ye betumi dia ya akwan ni nyina. Obi nyi ni se nipa bi petini ada pa ka bibisa. Somebody is watching. I'm not a prophet, but I'm sure Obi I want to asem we no maybe thinking say same jemfi obo aba Obi ntimi nkasa. Any hwewere.
We don't have to borrow money.
Midofo ema review say ubemia subscribe button so say the dan ya upload video ubenya bia share e de ama me afa nso ube share ama afoforo enya bia share no wa like wa dwenkyere ne so no na wa hwie aguo no me ba bekenkan ni kama e de ama media ne akere broni.